A critical report from the Health and Social Care Committee calls for immediate action to support exhausted staff who've worked through the coronavirus pandemic. The Department of Health and Social Care said it was doing everything to support the well-being of staff. And let's talk now to Pat Cullen. Pat is Acting General Secretary and Chief Executive of the Royal College of Nursing. Pat Cullen, thank you very much for being with us on BBC News. I take it you would endorse the findings of this report. I suppose the question is, what can be done about it?
Yeah, we do endorse the findings of the report, and we welcome the committee for having completed it. Unfortunately, there's nothing new coming through in the report. We've been saying the same things for years. The exhaustion that our nurses are facing isn't just as a result of the pandemic. It's the fact that they went into this pandemic with a depleted workforce, 50,000 vacancies across the countries. You can't ask nurses to keep on giving like this. And then they went in and worked excessive hours during this pandemic. That's what they always do for their patients. And they're coming out of it now with just sheer exhaustion, but also facing the fact that nothing has changed for them. They're going back in now to a health service that remains depleted, that we would say is clearly in crisis, that we've just heard about the excessive waiting lists, and we're expecting those nurses to basically dust themselves down and just quietly and in their unassuming way get up and get on with it. And that's just not possible to do that to any human being, but certainly those people that held us together during the pandemic.
I mean, presumably the concern you have, sorry, forgive me, presumably, I will ask you this, is it your concern that because of the extraordinary year they've worked through, that many NHS staff may have reached the point where they say, actually, I've had enough now?
Well, we know that and let's not forget, we're not through this pandemic. Our nurses are still out leading front and centre the vaccination programme. They will never let their patients down. They never do that. They will continue to do that. But we've recently surveyed our members, significant numbers, and over 36% of our members are already actively looking for alternative employment or considering resigning from their posts or taking retirement. Now, with a 50,000 nursing workforce absent every day, when you think about that, 50,000 nurses not available to provide care. The nurses are going in on the back foot, those that are left behind, and more than 36% of them saying, we have had enough, we can't continue on. For our own health and well-being, we need to look at having some work-life balance. Then that's untenable, and we really fear for our health service moving forward. And again, we see in the report, which is very clear, the total absence of workforce planning, any chance that the nurses will have of looking and saying, well, maybe there is light at the end of the tunnel. Our government has in place a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan.
Pat Cullen.
There's no evidence of that either.
Pat Cullen, Acting General Secretary and Chief Executive at the Royal College of Nursing. Thank you very much for speaking to us this lunchtime.